Has he played anyone with, numbers like the Gophers have, any national rank? Absolutely not. This is going to be an interesting one to see how freshman deals with hopefully a hostile environment here in Mariucci Arena.
Brodzinski there as the support. Stepping up is Tristan Brose. He fires one off the blocker of Dobish. First save of the night for either goaltender.
Good decision on the D zone, though, going to the far side. Ohio State, it seems like, has put in 3 forecheckers clumped together.
In moves Hughlin. A little curl and drag. And then the rebound was poked right back into the equipment. Back to Kester with a drive, and that fells O'Connell in front, the Ohio State defenseman, and the Gophers turning this into a shooting gallery early. Colin Feasing will play it back to his defense. Pressuring Johnny Sorensen, gets a turnover. Now Pitlick, cross for Perbix, moves in and scores! A hot start for Minnesota. They lead it 1-0.
Would eliminate all the space in front of him. Instead, he gets the puck, his feet are down, and he just waits long enough and goes 5-hole. I love that look.
Well, Johnny Sorensen is really the player who creates this with forechecking pressure.
Gophers will be wary of points. Passes back out to the point. That was tipped wide by Nevers. Of course, they had a goal scored for them that way by Wisconsin last week. And now it's finally touched up by Dominic Vidoli, and here comes the penalty to Singleton.
Momentum in the offensive zone, and coming back to play, out racing again. You made the call, Ben, earlier that that's a no-brainer, easy.
Cross for Brodzinski, he fires, and Dobish had it, wasn't quite sure. But it stays out of the net. And Singleton, the third forward on this line. Johnson unable to get it out. Westland has Singleton across, pokes it across, and LaFontaine comes across and gets it right on the M. In comes Hughlin. Quick shot, fought off by Dobish. Out to the point for Faber. Pitlick. Primary assist on the only goal. Johnson moves in, and a glove save made by Dobish.
To be able to see the shot coming in.
And I love it. Pulling into the middle. There have been a lot of block shots. The Gophers have only had 5 on net, despite all the offensive zone time, where he kind of drags it inside. Alex Galagossi used to do that all the time for the Gophers.
Full head of steam moving in for Joe Dunlap, the extra skater here tonight for Ohio State. Gabriel steps up to hold the zone. It pops free to Brodzinski as Walker moving in, feeds it to him. Walker down to the ice, draws a penalty as the save is made by Dobish, but Gustav Westland takes Walker down. Set about as he was getting back up.
Sammy fighting through that one. Brodzinski, he just goes a touch there to the right, draws Marooney in, ruins his gap effectively.
Myers' power play unit comes out to start this, since most of the other unit was on the ice when the penalty was drawn. Lacombe, cross for Myers, the one-timer off the toe of Dobish. Down low, Knies looking for a cutter across, finds Nevers, and a good stop by Dobish. Well, he's had a couple beauties in the last few seconds.
Watch the leg pads here of Dobish going down using that 6'4" range. But when he opens the legs up again, see how, just often you're seeing white. Perbix was successful in opening him up.
Face-off controlled by Minnesota. It's Kester. Sammy Walker moving in. Plays it down low to McLaughlin. Tried to force it across and nearly got the bounce off the leg of Dominic Vidoli. Lacombe through the middle for Pitlick. Drops it back for Jackson Lacombe, trying to get the backhand shot away, and O'Connell shut that down with his long reach. Came out to Myers, and he snaps it home.
State's backing up, so they have all the time in the world. Cut across, behind the leave it. And again, Ben Myers, see, he slams on this. If he was going to loop and continue his circle, no chance he gets to that puck. So doing the little things right. Ben Myers always does the little things right.
Stops and starts, no circles there. That's exactly right.
Late goal for the Gophers. They're digging for more. They got another one. It's Myers again with 29 seconds left, and it's 3-0.
Marriott Arena can be unsettling. All of a sudden, the momentum, you're seeing the players come in waves, and again, Captain Ben Myers gets that stick free right in the slot.
And the Gophers haven't had much success moving the puck from high.
The Gophers have blitzed Ohio State here in the first period, which is now over. What a first period for Minnesota.
Like I brought up in the pregame, the resiliency. We're going to learn something about this kid. Hopefully he has it because he's going to be tested, and the Gophers aren't going to lay over or lay down on him at all. Gophers just simply haven't had any of those luxuries with the teams they played St. Cloud, Duluth.
There's a good move in front. Quinn Preston wipes out as he hits a backhander on LaFontaine. Let's see if he pops back up.
Watch him coming in. Look at that sauce in a nice backhand opportunity. Doesn't try to stick handle. Doesn't try to take it. Just boom, one touch.
Hard to do that on your backhand as well. Into the college ranks, all of a sudden it's a turnover going the opposite direction. It's like we got a penalty going against the Gophers.
Right off the face-off, Perbix wins the draw, but back checking, gets a stick in there. You're right, Charlie. It seemed like there was...
McWard back for Lori again. Gustav Westland bumps it back. McWard looking for a deflection in front. Singleton did get a stick to it. LaFontaine stayed large, and Nelson blasts it down the ice, and the Gophers will at least be able to change a couple. They get it in front. LaFontaine with a sharp stop as he denies Preston again.
Now, if you get a text from Jack, he's like, hey, can I copy your homework? What do you do?
Cross ice pass for Wise, and that one finds its way through, and LaFontaine frustrated. It looked like he got across, but it banks in off the leg.
Around the corner and around the top, excuse me. Look at that, waiting. Fakes like he's attacking the net, and that might have held up Faber just enough where he can't quite release. This is a good look at it.
See if the Gophers can get some of that energy back as Perbix moves in. Player was in the box for the goal, gets it back out to Lacombe. He plays it across for Pitlick, and he'll test Dobish.
Yeah,
here's McLaughlin. Back out to Johnson. Long shot. That one fought off by Dobish. A big rebound with another block. He's been noticeable out there on that blue line for Ohio State. Walker showing some strength as he fends off a defender, and he may have just taken a penalty though as he knocks the stick out of Jaden Leslie's hands, and the Gophers are going to go back on the kill.
Though before this, take a look at the strength. First the escape move, but then Sammy Walker's willingness to drive his in there, drop his shoulder, and of course, you know, he's heated because he wanted the inside.
And they flip it out of there, and oh, what an alert play by McWard because Walker was trying to sneak onto the ice and pick up that looping pass. Fontaine has to make a save at the other end. That's enough to move it up the wall. Comes across, they score. Knocking it out of the air was Guzzo, and then he fires it over the shoulder of LaFontaine. Just like that, it's 3-2.
I was literally just thinking how well the Ohio State Buckeyes have broken out of their zone this entire second period. Gophers are playing back, but watch this play by the defenseman, firing it cross ice in the finish.
It cradles it. You talked about not stick handling, how important that is. Watch this right here. This one's coming with some heat, and it's bouncing. Cradle.
Dunlap throws a hit. Johnson is staggered by that as he was double teamed behind the net. And he is hustling to the bench right now. Thrown across, and Sorensen has it knocked away. Here's Wise, who scored the first goal. McWard, top of the formation. Treelor got a deflection on that, and then LaFontaine comes back, and the net gets knocked off. We are back to playing here at 3 Marina Mariucci. Brodzinski moves in. McLaughlin testing Dobish. McLaughlin back to Walker, and he tried from a pretty bad angle, and Dobish kicks the net free. Great forecheck by this line for Minnesota, and much needed time for the Gophers as well. Oh, that one nearly put in by the skate of Gabriel. Dobish had to be alert. He's blocked a few from his own teammates in this game. Out comes Singleton into the middle. Westland with a sneaky quick shot. LaFontaine punched it wide of the net.
Ohio State does a great job blocking shots, but if the D can jump in and find the right seams, it's hard to defend.
And another penalty against Minnesota. It's Walker. This one will be interference as he got in front of Cherametta.
Frustrates me, Gigi. If I'm Coach Motzko, is that my leadership group is going into the penalty box. Tell you what, Laura is going to be a special player. And Bob Motzko talked to us about it before the game, and he's lived up to that bill.
Westland down low, trying a sneaky one is Singleton. Johnson had him tied up a little bit. Now Nelson will clear as he splits the defenders. Unorthodox from LaFontaine, but it might work out. Here comes Blake McLaughlin shorthanded. Drags to the middle, and he tried to go over the top, but Gabriel got a stick to it.
That was an unbelievable sequence of events from LaFontaine zinging it behind the net with his glove.
In a period where if that goes wrong on you, it's a real disaster. That is a confident play from a goaltender, and it almost paid off. I don't think Ohio State expected it.
And to top it up, they went D-to-D in front of the net after that.
Back out to Myers. Long shot, and Dobish swallows it up. Nevers puts his head to the sky as he had the screen in front with 4 seconds remaining. Two former defensemen in the booth with me. I looked over you as this was happening. Both of you had this look on your face saying, no, 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 okay.
Well, half my career I also played forward, so part of me is like all about creativity, but that's a unique one.
I still think trying to find his comfort back with the flow of the game. It's been observed in his push offensively so far.
Splits the seam there for Nyes, trying to break through 2 defenders. Penalty coming up against Ohio State. Nevers cuts it in, gets it out. Myers looking for the hat trick. And it stays out as it deflects up over top. I think Gabriel might have got a stick on that. Gophers with another clean face-off win. Now Walker and Johnson play catch up top. Minute and a half to go on the power play. Walker walks right down the slot. That one changed directions on the way in, and Dobish watched it wide. Walker circles back. Brodzinski on the far side. Got Bros in the middle. McLaughlin trying to go down low. And popped out to Bros, and then once again, it looked like it hit a leg and went wide. Bros hustling after it. Cooley has played in this building before as a member of Niagara a couple of years ago. Now Walker moves in, and a glove save by Dobish. Gophers once again control off the draw. Now Jackson Lacombe spins it back for Myers, and O'Connell has been dropped by a couple of shots tonight. He really wore that one. Myers trying to go cross ice, and it comes back to Nyes. They've got the Buckeyes scrambling. His shot was partially blocked. Myers wisely doesn't put it back into the mix. The net's off again.
It's more about the other players and your team trying to capitalize on the movement that you create underneath.
Gophers need to hustle back here. Ryan Johnson wants the penalties. He was taken down. Instead, Singleton moves in, and he will get some treatment for Perbix as he took an extra whack at LaFontaine.
We're not going to have anything there. Great stick there by Lowride to spring that opportunity.
Walker's already visited the box tonight. He'd like to visit the net. Get the pass off for McLaughlin there, but the play didn't connect. Now Westland comes up the far side. Shifty move to get to the middle, and he ties the game with a long-range wrister just inside the post. It's 3-3.
Otherwise, watch this. Skating up the ice. Faber at Sags so deeply into his zone. I mean, Ohio Buckeyes, State Buckeyes have dumped it in so many times. It's really smart play.
Now Mason Nevers.
1-on-4 here. Just get it in and win.
And Lowry will go to the box as he got the stick right in the ankles of Nevers, and the Gophers presented a gift of a power play on a neutral zone penalty.
Play down low where you have contact with your netminder, no penalty. And all of a sudden, Lowry's stick just kind of gets tickled in there.
Down to 11:16 to go in the game. Long shot. LaFontaine with a save. And they will usher a couple of Buckeyes out of the crease after a slight bobble from the goaltender. Johnson trying to spin. He gets knocked down by Preston. Dunlap moving in again. This time he'll do it himself, and he scores! Exactly 10 minutes to go, and Ohio State has turned a 3-0 deficit into a 4-3 lead.
So here's a look. Full possession, cutting up, and instead you're doing a spin move into the most dangerous place on the ice, the middle of the ice, and that is just a gorgeous shot. Look at that goal by the absolute snipe by Dunlap.
Great shot here by Dunlap, but unfortunately for the Buckeyes.
Entering last Saturday's game with Penn State, Here's a turnover. In comes Brodzinski. He takes the shot, but it was slowed down on the way by McWard. Ohio State stepping in front of everything right now. Here comes Guzzo. His shot, LaFontaine wasn't quite sure where it was, but he makes the save. Perbix charging to the net. Pitlick going cross ice. He had Sorensen open. Just couldn't quite connect with him. Out for Johnson. Long shot. Deflects on the line, and it was swatted back out by Maroney, and the net comes off again.
Through the angle from above. Yeah, post there. James Maroney comes in and swipes that one clean. But again, you said it, Charlie. Net knocked off again. Oh, he kind of gets throttled there by Perbix.
Well,
I'm all right with that one.
He sold it a little bit.
Can change the game very quickly. It is Bryce Brodzinski. Hasn't had the shot volume he probably would have liked, but you get it on his stick, he could absolutely tie this thing up in a minute.
It's on his stick, and it goes up into the netting, maybe off the shoulder of Dobish. Bad pass now, and the Buckeyes may be able to break out. Treelor with Singleton able to get to the middle, and LaFontaine shrugs it away. A little unsure where it ended up. Lacombe, Faber. 1:09 to go. That one deflected off an Ohio State stick and right into the midsection of Dobish. Looked like it went off Laura. It was a great deflection, just the wrong way.
For the Buckeyes, just rock solid.
The Buckeyes moving in on the empty net. Here's Singleton, hit it off the side of the cage. Great hustle by Wise to turn it loose. The Gophers having the goalie pulled, but now here comes Nyes, drops it off for Walker, and it's blocked. Came right back out in front, and Dobish had it in front of him, or underneath him, I should say, with Jackson Nelson right on the doorstep. A wacky carom off the back glass. Gophers needing to win this draw, and Ben Myers makes sure that they do. He's got to get loose here as Westland was at him tied up, and that's going to be a penalty. And the Gophers will spend the last 13 and a half, 6-on-4.
Again, the strong.
Look at his left hand. That's the problem. He was fine with the right hand.
Able to wriggle free, goes across, and Walker had it in his skates, threw it out in front. They whack away at it. It's still loose, and the horn sounds, and Ohio State's comeback is complete. They win it 4-3.